Hello, I'm Tony Nichols and I'm the Federal Programs Director at Nicholas County Schools, and we'd like to thank SCTV and Chantel for broadcasting several of our video lessons for our students. We're hoping to reach out to students who might have issues with internet, and the upcoming sessions you're going to see are all about writing, handwriting, and also some creative writing. But I wanted to share with you some things about writing that might help you when you're working with your child at home. First of all, just like reading, we should do writing every day. Some type of writing every day. We also need to know that writing is very connected to reading. There's an old saying that if you can write it, then you can read it. When you're working with your child, you want to make sure that you teach them the proper pencil grip, and you want to support them, and you want to monitor them so that they're using an appropriate grip. Number 4 is very important. When students are learning to write their letters, they need to learn how to write the letter in steps, and they need to repeat those steps the same way every time they write the letter. Sometimes students have difficulty remembering where to start the letter or how to end the letter. But always watch your child when they're writing and make sure that they write the letter the same way each time. Number 5 is important. We get a lot of questions about that. Once a child's determined what their dominant hand is, make sure they use that hand. Don't encourage them or force them to switch from their non-dominant hand. Number 6 is also really important when you're working with your student at home or your child at home on writing. You want to make sure that the child is sitting beside of you, not across the table from you. If they're sitting across the table from you and you're writing, then they're going to see everything backwards. And sometimes you might wonder, why is my child writing backwards? Well, it may simply just be because they've observed you writing from across the table. Number 7, just to make writing really interesting, use multiple writing tools, use different kinds of writing paper. If you want actual handwriting paper, you can always download it from the internet. And also on your iPhones and your iPads, if you'll do an app search, there are all kinds of really nice apps for teaching kids how to write letters appropriately. And number 10, practice, practice, practice. So we hope these writing sessions will be very helpful to you while you're working with your child at home. Greetings, subjects. I am King Cursive.
Oh, I am Queen Cursive.
And we are going to go through all of the cursive letters of the alphabet, both small, lowercase, and uppercase.
And the first segment's going to be about the small letters. Is that right, your liege?
Yes, the Queen is going to tell the King what to do.
I love it. All right, boys and girls, the first set of letters are going to have similar strokes. And the first one is the letter C. Down curve and an under curve. And very similar to that one is letter A. Down curve, under curve, slant, under curve. Letter D. Down curve, under curve, all the way up to the top line, slant, and under curve. Letter G.
Letter what?
G.
G.
G. Down curve, under curve, slant, loop back, over curve. All right, now we're ready for another group of letters that have similar strokes, and they are The letter H. Under curve, loop back, slant, over curve, slant, under curve. Good job, Sire. The next one is letter T.
My favorite.
Under curve,
Do I go all the way to the top?
all the way to the top. Slant, under curve, lift, and on the midline, slide right. Next is P. Under curve
Do we go all the way
to the midline, just to the midline. Slant, loop, back around, over curve, curve back, and an under curve. Don't lift your pencil. That's the whole thing about cursive. Don't lift that pencil, sir. All right, now we're ready for another group. No, we're not. We're still on this set. This is letter E. Are you ready? Under curve and loop back and slant and under curve. Sir, you're running out of ink.
No, let me trade you markers. I'll do that one again.
Okay, well, would you like for me to tell you again, or are you just going to
I got
trace
it.
it? Oh, that's much better. Much better. All right, now we're going to make an L, and it's just like an E, except it's tall. It goes all the way to the top line. Under curve, loop back around, slant, and an under curve. All right.
I love writing in cursive.
Wonderful. You're the king. You can do whatever you want. Now a lowercase f, and it's going to look a lot like that L. Under curve, all the way up to the top, loop back, slant, loop forward, and another under curve. All right. All of these little places right there are so you can connect other letters to that in cursive. That's the whole purpose of that. All right, we are ready for Q. Down curve, just like you're starting in A.
New
No,
set?
it's right here. It's got similar strokes. Down curve, under curve, slant, loop forward, and an under curve. Now we are ready for another set of similar letters. Boy, we're going through those markers, boys and girls. We should have started with the new box. Maybe. All right, start up right here. All right, the letter U. Under curve, slant, under curve, slant, under curve. Wow. All right, the letter I. Under curve, slant, under curve, lift, and dot.
If I'm connecting another letter, though, when do I dot it? Do I have to wait
When you're finished.
the whole word?
When you're finished with never quit in cursive until you're finished. All right, the letter J. Under curve, slant, loop back, not forward, back, over curve, lift, and dot. All right, the letter K. Under curve, loop back, slant, over curve, curve forward, curve under, slant right, and under curve.
Is that right?
That's correct. All right, the next one is lowercase r. Under curve, all the way up to the dotted line, slant right just a tiny line, then slant back down and under curve. Very nice. And lowercase s. Under curve up to the top line, well, the midline, the midline, curve down and back and under curve. And now we're ready to make our last group of letters, or our next to last group of letters. We'll need both of these lines to finish up. Letter O, down curve, under curve, and then a little check stroke. It doesn't go all the way up. There you go. It's teeny. Letter B, under curve, all the way up to the top line, loop back, slant, under curve, and another teeny check stroke. There you go. Letter V, over curve, slant, under curve, all the way back up to the top, middle line, and the little tiny check stroke. And W, under curve, slant, under curve, slant, go back up to the midline and a tiny check stroke. There you go. Now we're on the last set. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Lowercase m, over curve slant, over curve slant, over curve slant, under curve.
3 humps.
Yes. 3 humps. Lowercase n, over curve slant, over curve slant, under curve.
2 humps.
Yes. Now we're ready for lowercase y. That's going to go down below the line, like the J and the P and the F and the Q and the G.
A tail.
All right. Yes. Over curve, slant, under curve, slant, loop below that line, go all the way back up with an under curve. Now lowercase x.
Oh, this is a fun one.
It's fun. Over curve, slant, under curve, lift, and then a slant cross. There you go. Last one, Z. Over curve, slant, below the line, over curve, curve down, loop, over curve back up. And there you go. Good job, King.
I don't have to go to the dungeon.
Good job, King Cursive. Well, you can if you want to, but you don't have to.